Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Doc of Detox live Q&A. I'm your host, Dr. Darrell Wolfe, and I'm here today to answer all of your questions live. And if I can say this, they're going to be sent in live. You can send them in from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. But if I can mention something about Instagram, we won't be doing Instagram for people probably within 2 weeks. And the reason why we won't be doing Instagram is because we are now getting tens of thousands of questions all over the world. And I get it. Everybody's got questions. Everybody needs answers. But now my staff is spending about 120 hours to 130 hours a week answering intercom questions that are Band-Aids. They're just Band-Aids. I want you all to understand something. Everything in life takes personal action. When you talk to your doctor, he gives you a Band-Aid answer. That ends here. I am not getting into this. We will help anyone that's in an emergency. But understand something, you shouldn't be in an emergency. If the manual that you had was right, you wouldn't be in an emergency if you knew how to create a blueprint to create a perfect day. So we will stop intercom because what we do is we offer consultations for $150, and then you get lifetime support. You heard what I said, lifetime support, because if we know what we're doing, we need to back our money. We need to back our mouth. And that's what we're going to do. So think about this. The other thing is I don't believe in asking health questions on a digital platform. I think it's dangerous. I think it's sloppy. And I think that you deserve so much more. Now, does that mean you have to get a consultation from us? No. So if you have a health question, you can call us on our 800 number. And we're going to answer that for you. But we are going to say, after you've called, a few times, we're going to go, why wouldn't you want to get a money-back guarantee on a consultation and then lifetime support? And then create a program for yourself from the minute you wake up until you go to bed. My gosh, you can waste $150 so fast. Just all the driving you're going to do to emergency or all the doctor's appointments and all the fear that you have because you aren't the master of your mind or your body. So this is why intercom is going to be stopping in 2 weeks. And those people who have problems with their products or any other questions like that, they can send them to support at Doc of Detox. And when it comes to things like trainings and certifications and family programs, you call me. I'm extension 5. And you really do. And I love talking to you. Please do not put me up on a pedestal ever. Okay? Look me eye to eye. We are equals. I am equal to everybody on this planet. So don't be like, oh, I don't want to call him, because you've been programmed, okay, to understand that you are the little people. And doctor, okay, we sit up here. And I know that for a lot of people, you don't believe I sit up here because I'm a natural health doctor. I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not a real doctor. So I don't really care. So you just keep on going to your real doctor, okay? All right? So when I say things, don't try to look for things. And when you come on my show, everyone, understand, God, I love you, but understand something. If you come on my show and I say something that doesn't match your beliefs, don't focus on that. Focus on what matches your beliefs and what you can take away to empower your life. So I already know if you're in a negative nilly. I do. I know if you're running a negative program because I'll say one thing and you'll pick it up and go boom. Now, also we've been asked to start showing products on our Q&As. And understand something. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm letting everybody know. And I'm going to let everybody know before every Q&A, I'm going to show my products. And if you don't want to buy them, don't buy them. And if you want to buy them from someone else and they've got equal product or you believe they have better ones, then go do that. And you have my blessing, and you totally do. Remember something. I do these shows out of love. And then you're going to go, yeah, but you are making money. Yeah, well, so does everybody else make money. What about the medical doctors, the big pharma? What about Bill Gates? The reality is does Bill Gates have a library for you? A library that is the most powerful self-care, self-love, self-healing library in the world. And it is. And it's free. I've got 3 master classes that are free. I'm not looking for pats on the back. I'm just trying to tell you, we truly are here to help you. Do you want to help yourself? I'll tell you one thing. What a heck of an adventure, eh? What a heck of an adventure this is. You know, I was in Mexico and I came back. And then, I don't know, I hope I'm not repeating myself that you've heard me say this on a one-a-day, but coming into Calgary, coming down this big hallway, there's all these police and all these custom agents like I've never seen before, like tons of them to show power, we got the power. And I come in there and they go, yeah, you were supposed to have your containment form filled out. Why didn't you? It's been up for 3 months. And I'm going, well, it wasn't obvious. Yes, it was, he says. I said, no, it wasn't obvious. It wasn't on WestJet's website. It wasn't on any of your reports. And he goes, yes, you should have had it. And see, the whole humiliation. Make people feel humiliated, scare them, you know, it's not going to work with me. So anyway, so I get this long form. I fill it out. At the bottom, it tells me to sign it, that I'll follow the rules of containment. I'll go to the containment center, or I'll do the 2 weeks. So what I do is I write BY by ... and then I go DARRELL ... then I go WLFE, and then I go, okay, I am signing this, and that's not my signature, I just printed it. I am signing this under duress. I have not seen the containment law, or have I read it? So I'm doing this under duress. So anyways, when I go up to the customs, he doesn't say a word. He just says to me, you will abide by the containment rules, will you? And I'll go, okay. That's what I said. Okay, whatever. You know, but the reality is that they didn't send me into this room and try to make me download their track and trace app because they knew that I knew the law. And understand something. If you don't understand the law, and if you don't understand your body, if you don't understand your mind, your life is going to be one hell of a bumpy road. And I mean it. It's going to be a bumpy road. Anyways, so, you know, I'm not going to go into the line of fire, but the reality is the biggest problem that your government has and what the so-called authority has is when you have knowledge, when you know the law, okay, when you stand in your power and you just sit there with a slight smile on your face and go, okay, sure. Okay, all right. And when you know that they just can't come into your home, they just can't do these things they do unless you let them. So let me just say something before I go further. But we are doing the live Q&A today. I want you to get that, but I haven't done one in a while. So I'm just going to bring you up to speed, those people who want to be up to speed. Anyways, so I was thinking about something this morning. I got up at 5 and doing my exercises, stretching. And I was thinking, you know what? Isn't that it? The elite, I don't even want to call them that, they want to be able to tell who's going to take the jab and not. And you know who's going to take the jab? Maskers. Maskers are going to take the jab. People who don't want to wear a mask, they're not going to take the jab. They know that. They're going to go after the weak. And I do mean weak. Now, I'm not saying that you're weak if you wear a mask. I'm saying that you have a weak belief. I'm going to be putting something together, and it's 24 questions you would ask someone that believes in this C19, that believes in this VAC. And I'll be doing that over the next probably week. And then wait till you watch this. You know, there's no logic anymore. What's up is down. What's in is out. Oh, listen, I'm the bad guy and they're the good guys. Right. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm your good guy, but I'll tell you I'm definitely not your bad guy. Okay. So isn't that something? And then, did anybody here watch the Super Bowl? Did you watch the Super Bowl, Drake? Yeah. You did, eh? Yeah. Did you watch the halftime period? Yeah. What'd you think of that? Go back and watch it. It's satanic. The whole thing's satanic. Now that I said that word, go back and watch. It's all satanic. And understand, the Weekend guy, go and look at the pictures. Look at the pictures that he does. He's into Satanism. So the reality is, wow, we're not asleep. We're in a bloody coma. I mean, I didn't watch that, but I watched somebody told me to go and watch that. So I went and watched it. So go ahead. Now go back and watch it and watch for little Satan, little devil. Okay. And you're going to find it. Okay. Through the whole thing. And they're going to show you how they just pushed the mass. They're going to show you how they pushed everybody wearing the same clothes. Good luck with that. Anyways, welcome to my live Q&A, if you're still here. Now, let's keep moving. So, I will be putting a lot of things up on Telegram and BitChute, and I just want you to know that my Telegram over the last 3 days has almost jumped 1,500 new people, eh, Drake? Yeah. If you want to get some hardcore, real information that I can't put on here, and I can't put on YouTube, and I can't put anywhere where the globalists, bankers own the platform, you're going to have to go to Telegram or BitChute, but Telegram's your best. You can download it on your phone, and you can download it on your computer, your iPad, and you're going to go to t.me/the Doc of Detox, and after you've downloaded the app. And we'll show that at the end, right? Yep. If you want, okay? Remember something, everybody. This is all if you want, okay? This is if you want, all right? Nobody's up to anything here except trying to tell you to love and care for yourself. That's it. Oh, my God, can you believe this guy? He wants us to love, care, and heal ourselves. Who does he think he is? I don't know. I don't know who I think I am. I'm still working on that. We're always trying to find our authentic self, aren't we? All right. And also, if you want, join our newsletters so that if we ever get taken down, okay, we'll have your email. I promise you I won't be hounding you to buy products or do anything like that because I'm going to be doing like a newsletter, a one-page newsletter every week. Okay, after I get my library done, I've got 3 guides to do there. And also, you're going to find in my library, we're going to put, and we've decided that for the next while, we're not going to charge because we believe that people really need the help. And there are people out there that have lost their jobs and things aren't good right now. So we're going to make our master classes free. So you can go into my library and by tomorrow, you'll see it'll say master class self-empowerment guide. And when you go in there, you can have my Braveheart free, which is the most in-depth emotional course you can take. And then you'll also have my A to Z Masterclass, which will show you that surgery should be your last option. And I'll prove it to you that even if the doctor says you need surgery, yes, he's not lying because that's all he knows. And then you can also, that's my A to Z Wellness Masterclass. And then if you want to get the scoop on poop, but so much more, your immune system, then I would go and I'd watch the 6-hour masterclass called How to Become Number One at the Art of Number Two. And you'll find lots of other things in there. Like I'm going to be putting up a video in the next 2 weeks called The 4 Pillars of the Perfect Day. And you're going to love that. And it's going to show the 4 pillars like emotional, nutritional, exercise, and emotional, nutritional, exercise, and energy medicine. Okay? All right. So, I had somebody say to me that they wanted me to explain the immune system. Well, I will, but you know what? That would be like almost a whole show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a whole show just called Your Immune System. But let me just say this. Okay, do you know what your immune system is? Well, it depends on who you talk to. So let me just give you a couple different variations, all right? So if you get into somebody who's into talking like myself, a natural health practitioner, they're going to tell you your immune system is what? Oh, your lungs, your skin. They're going to tell you that it's your bowels, your kidneys, your liver. Okay, so all your detox organs make up part of your immune system, right? Okay, and then here's what I say. If you talk to a scientist, they're going to tell you about your white blood cells and all of this other stuff. But here's what I believe your immune system is. I believe that it's your first and second brain. Well, what would that be, Dr. Wolfe? Well, first of all, you've got a mind. It's called a brain. And in that brain, you've got a subconscious. And in that subconscious, you've got prominent, dominant beliefs. And those prominent, dominant beliefs, they are going to make and shape you. That's right. So if you're full of fear, you wear a mask. If you wear a mask, you already think you're sick or you're going to get sick and everybody's a disease. So don't tell me I'm wrong because I'm right. I know I'm right about that. To a certain level, that's the way it is. If you don't wear a mask and you believe that you are strong, then you're going to be strong. Because guess what? The invisible creates the physical. The invisible creates the visible. And understand, you came here as a spirit. You're going to leave as a spirit. That's your most powerful thing. So the invisible creates the physical. And I'm right. E equals MC squared. So your brain, okay, if you want to change your reality, you got to change your personality. If you want to change your immune system and bring it up, then you need to bring up your vibration. How do you bring up your vibration? Well, you pick high vibrational beliefs. But do you know how to do that? No. You're so programmed. The majority is so programmed, and they are. And I'm not picking on them. You know, it's a dang shame. That's what it is. But let me tell you something. If you have a TV, throw it out. If you're watching TV and you're watching the news, then there's no hope. There's no hope. You cannot put poison in and not be poisoned. So already your immune system's gone. If you run a fear program, your immune system's shot. Shot. So your immune system, I believe, is your first and second brain. Your first brain is your brain up here. Your second brain is your large intestine. That's right. So that which we disrespect the most through the medical system, through eating, mistreating, is the large intestine. We make it into what? A cesspool, a sewer dump. And that's why what comes first? Well, the swamp, then the bug. But understand, it's the bugs in our large intestine that make up 85% of our immune system, which is our bacteria. But if those bacteria go bad, then you're going to have bad moods, you're going to have bad health, you're going to be delivering bad messages to your brain because those bacteria talk 12 times to your brain where your brain, 9 times to your brain where your brain only talks 1 time to them. So, what is your immune system on my belief? Well, your mind. Where your mind goes, your body follows. Okay? Second to that, well, at the end of that 30-foot digestive tract is your large intestine, and your good bacteria will decide on how healthy your life is. If you have bad bacteria, mainly, like most of the population is 85-15, when it's supposed to be 85 good, 15 bad, but it's 85 bad, 15 good. Did you notice something? The good guys are the bad guys, and the bad guys are the good guys. Everything's upside down and backwards. Tell me that we can't be programmed, and I'll tell you, whoa, you don't even know you're programmed if you're saying that we can't be programmed, and you're not programmed because you are programmed. So now you get to decide, am I going to program myself or am I going to let someone else do it? Oh, well, that would mean you'd have to get off the couch, wouldn't it? That would mean that you would actually have to start doing some homework every day. That would mean that you would have to start taking some massive personal action. So, that's your immune system. Your immune system is you. Your immune system is you. And you are your universe. You create your universe. You create your body. You make and shape it with the thoughts that you have and the beliefs that you have. So there is other things that run the immune system and that are parts of it, but I told you I'll do a whole show on that. And that will be a whole show when we talk about the immune system, because it's more than what people think. Because understand something, the most important things in your life you've never been taught. What? Yes, that's right. That's right. You're going to have to break from the herd. And why do they call it the herd? Well, because you're a cow. That's right. And they're going to milk you of your money, and then they're going to send you to the butcher. And that's what they're doing. And I'm just going to say that. I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of these people. You understand, okay? The people that are scared need to be scared of these people. Did you get that? The people that are scared need to be scared of these people. The people that aren't scared of these people because, they have to break the law. Now, we already know that most of the people sitting in power today okay, and the elite billionaires are actually criminals. They're criminals. But the reality is they won't be taken to task because the majority, okay, aren't asleep. They're in a coma. So I get it. But the reality is they're going to go after people because what they want is they want to actually delete the population and they want to make us robotic. That's it. So there's nothing to discuss. Me and you aren't discussing this. I'm not debating it with you. This is my belief, and you can believe whatever you want. But the reality is, there are a lot of us. There are a lot of us. And they know that. And there's more every day. And the reality is this, is that I am going to spend all my time and energy not trying to go heal people who don't want to be healed, not trying to change people or wake people up that don't want to be woken up. The people that are woke up, I want to empower them because guess what? They have unlimited power. If you're just awake, then guess what? Then you are a vacuum and you just want to take it all in. But if you're not awake and you're wearing a mask, and you believe in these things, that you've got to do all these things, you know what? I would be the terrorist if I tried to change that person. All right, welcome to my Q&A. So if I don't get all the questions answered today, I'm going to tell you something. I'll do another Q&A on Thursday. And but like I said, when people send questions into me on my Facebook, I am doing my very best. I hope you know that. And I hope you know that I'm the guy that answers the questions. Yeah. So I want to thank everyone, but I will try to answer your questions the best that I can on Facebook when you send them in. And people say, why don't you open up Telegram so we can talk to you? Oh my gosh. You know what? If there was 100 hours in a day, I would do it. And if God granted me more energy and I didn't have to sleep, I would do it. But I don't want to pretend that I'm doing something and I'm not. So I'm the guy that answers the Facebook. It's enough. It's enough. And then I do at least 2 or 3 consults a day. I answer questions on the phone, and then I'm trying to write books and shoot videos. Hey, Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy.
I'm on fire, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want you guys to know everything because you are part of this family. And I need you to know where we're going, what we're doing, why we make these decisions, why we need to change things up a little bit, okay? All right. So we're getting questions in. I'll do my best here today. They're coming in from Intercom, Facebook, and YouTube. Links to all our treatments, trainings, and products will be in the description at the end of the show. You can take a look at that. We had trouble this morning. That's why we're late. Okay, the downstairs studio system decided not to work. And I know I'm going to get, I can't win, and I can't win no matter what I do. So I know I'm going to get a lot of people going, why aren't you showing products when you're talking about things? And then when I do show products, people go on, see, I told you, he's out to get our money. So the reality is anybody that has a problem with me showing products, don't come on the Q&As. Or if somebody's asking about something and I go to say, I would do this, then right away, close your eyes and your ears. I don't know how you're going to do that. Let me see. I don't know. You'll figure it out. But the reality is I'm going to show products, not today because we're upstairs and I don't want them hauling them all up, but I'm going to show products. And if you don't want to buy from me, God bless you. Go buy from someone else. Try to get similar products. Okay. All right. And just see if you can learn from what I'm saying. And like I said, don't look for the one reason why you want to hate me. Look for the reason why you want to love me and watch how better your day goes. Look for the reasons around your life why you want to love the things that you see and the things that you do. If you don't like something that I say, please put it on the shelf or put it in the garbage, but don't try to throw me there. Okay? Thank you. All right. Upcoming courses, May 9th to the 30th. I will be in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And wait till you see the videos that are coming up online. Wait till you see what we're doing for you. We've pulled out all the stops. The first day you get there, we're having this big celebration. Okay, and when we end, we're having a celebration. But wait till you see this jungle teaching that we're doing. We're going to be going on walks. We're going to be teaching in the jungle. There's no bugs there, guys. The temperature is really great. We've got thousands of cenotes on the property. We've got a waterfall on the property. Hey, what do you want, eh? Come on. So let's begin the show. Okay. I got a couple here. Nasreen, what is the best? Okay, I already did that one. Anna, what's good for bad breath? Okay. All right. So what's good for bad breath? The 6-foot rule. That's what I think. What do you think? 6-foot rule? Maybe. No, I'm kidding. So what's good for bad breath? Well, first of all, you ready for this? You got the toothbrush going in the wrong end. That's right. It needs to go in the other end. Here's the deal. All right. So why would something smell poopy? Why would a mouth smell poopy? Now people go, oh my God, the way he talks. Well, you know what? I like to get right to the point. And the reality is you ask anybody that comes to my trainings, in a 21-day training, I'll teach you more than in 20 years of schooling. That's what I just said. And you can hold me to that one. Okay, so here's the deal. So somebody could say, well, bad breath. Well, let's just get right to it. You don't have bad breath unless you have root rot. What's that? Well, that means that your large intestine's rotting. What does that mean, Dr. Wolfe? Well, that means that the waste that is going, the food that's going in your mouth takes too long, and it's too glicky, sticky, and too dry. By the time it gets to the large intestine, it's already putrefying. It's rotting. So you're rotting in your large intestine, which is just above your pelvis. And what happens is that now you're lacking tone, because anything that's rotting is lacking tone, right? You're going to have cell death. You're going to have disease down there, right? So it's going to break down. Why do you think people have their tummy sticking out? That's full of gas. And when it's sticking, when it's down and out, hanging over their belt, that's their large intestine falling out of their core, out of their, okay? That's it. And when people say, I have a sore stomach, they don't have a sore stomach. They have a troubled bowel. You know, my stomach isn't hurting. It's actually your bowel's blowing up. So what's happening is you're rotting in there. First you get root rot, which is your bowels rotting away, and you start to get fungus. You know, the biggest thing I love is this. Oh my God, you see how many people come to me with Lyme's disease and they don't have it, but they've been diagnosed with it. Or how many people have lived in a house with mold? We all have. But the reality is that the only reason why mold bothers you is because you're making your own mold from the rotting and the putrefaction in your large intestine, and you've broken down the one cell lining that protects you. So now you're reabsorbing that waste into your bloodstream. You're pooping into your blood. I'll get to the bad breath in a second. So now with the fungus that's in your large intestine, and you're saying that you lived in a moldy house and that's why you're fungusy, that's not true. I know black mold's not healthy, so please don't back up on me here. But the reality is that the fungus drills holes through your large intestine, and then you get a leaky gut, and that's what we call autoimmune disease eventually, right? Okay? So you've got all this waste now and going into your bloodstream, which fills up your pelvis, which then can cause anything from endometriosis, cysts on the ovaries, bladder infections, inflamed prostate cancer, what else? Fibroids, tumors, adhesions, and then it'll actually, like a cup, it'll flow over into your hips. Why do you think there's so many hip surgeries? Not because of car accidents, sports, and it can be, but most of them are just because you're so infected and you filled yourself up with poo particles and poison in your pelvis. Oh, and if there's any doctor there or any naturopath or anybody out there that wants to debate me, just let me know and we'll do a live show together. Okay? So understand something, all you naysayers, or the first time you hear my information, go do your research. Like go watch How to Become Number One at the Art of Number Two, and then come on and debate me and challenge me. Okay? All right? Just because it's new doesn't make it not true. Just because everybody believes it doesn't make it true. All right? Take a look around. Okay, so now let's get to the bad breath. Well, I don't know. Have you ever went to a farm? Do you have an uncle or a grandpa that had a farm? You went to a farm. And did you ever see a manure pile? And did you ever go fishing? Well, I used to. I used to take the pitchfork, flip over the manure, and grab the worms, okay, and the maggots, so that we could actually go fishing. That's right. That's where you're going to find them. That's where worms, that's where mold, that's where bad bacteria, Okay, that's where a lot of viruses are created, the more putrefactive you are. And understand, let me just make this really clear. If it wasn't for viruses, we'd be dead. Viruses keep us alive. So you go ahead and try to get rid of viruses, and you're going to get rid of you. There, let's get back to bacteria. So now what happens is, the more stagnation, the more putrefaction, the more rotting you have. Oh my gosh, what happened when you flipped the manure over? What happened when you walked into a barn and there's cattle, or there was pigs, or there was chickens, lots of them. And it was a hot summer day, because it's hot in that colon. It was a hot summer day. It took your breath away. So that's what it's doing. So the reality is this. Hot air rises. You ever see a hot air balloon? That's how they get up in the sky. Did you ever see a tummy that's sticking out? That's called a hot air balloon. And that's endotoxin coming off of the endobacterium, which is the bad bacteria that are rotting in your large intestine. So if it's true that I'm right about this, that hot air rises and your mouth to your rectum is one long tube, do you think that gas from your bum wouldn't go to your mouth? What do you think bad breath is? Oh, you know, you wake up in the morning, it's Saturday morning, you want to have a beautiful day, and you roll over to kiss your partner, and your partner goes, oh my God, please, just please, brush your teeth first. Please. I think you're going to peel the skin off my face. It's not something you ate yesterday. It's something you ate a week ago, a month ago, maybe even a year ago that's rotting down there. And understand something, if you've got bad breath, then you're already sick. What? If you've got bad breath, then you're sick already. If you have bad breath, then you're rotting in your main part of your immune system called your large intestine. That's right. So that's where bad breath comes from. So you got to get yourself on the Daily Cleansing Tea Tummy Love Black Gold. And if you're really going to take massive action, then take a look at how to do an ultimate coffee enema and check that out in my Perfect Day Guide. And that's why people will start to do our cleansing and they'll say, oh, I got my bad breath, my pits smell a little bit. But that'll all go away. My God, if you didn't stink, you wouldn't know you were rotting. I don't want to smell. Don't try to mask it with perfume. Don't try to mask it with antiperspirants, because you're just masking the disease. So what's good for bad breath? That's what's good for bad breath, right? Let's get the cork out of our bum. Let's clean out the filter, being the liver. I just mentioned the products. And let's get on the Perfect Day diet and start eating more fresh and raw. Getting more fiber down there. Fiber with life. Because fiber acts as a scrub brush. It has enzymes in it. And by the time it gets to the large intestine, it becomes what? Sauerkraut. And we know that's good for creating good bacteria too, right? Now, if you've got bad breath, I would tell you to get... we have a spray called Fresh and Clean. You can do boom, boom, under the arms, boom, boom, in the mouth. Okay, you can also use our Silver Bullet spray in the mouth. Okay, you can also use our Silver Bullet gel on your toothbrush, and then you could use a little bit of our Black Gold and go in and brush your teeth with that, because it's bacteria again. Because whether you believe this or not, and then I'm going to let this go, but I hope I taught you something. When somebody, excuse the expression, farts, and you can smell it, you're actually taking poo particles into your nose. You're breathing them in. Now, I know that you don't like this, and you may not believe this, and I'm not telling you to go around and look for farters, okay? But that's actually building your immune system. What? Oh yeah, it's building your immune system. The same that viruses build our immune system. Without some bad bacteria, without some viruses, and you're only going to have some viruses if you eat healthy and think healthy and drink healthy and focus on being healthy. And that's not being the majority. And it's not, I've got a good diet. Well, thank you very much. Compared to what? Okay? Anyways, that's a good start for you. And I would also be using, I would be drinking like super cinnamon in my drinking water. That'll really help. because that helps to disinfect, also balances your blood sugar levels. You could put our lemon lift in your drinking water. You could put our orange burst in your drinking water. All of this is going to freshen up your mouth. Okay? All right. Adrian, man, I've just been diagnosed with kidney cancer. Your information is priceless. Well, first of all, with kidney cancer, I'd tell you to give me a call. My extension is 5, and please give me a call today, Adrian, and we can talk, and you can decide how far you want to take it. I would suggest you get a consult for $150. That's lifetime support, my friend. And we're going to tell you the best things for that, but understand with kidney cancer, you got to understand that when you beat up your kidneys and you've got kidney cancer, it's not too late. And understand something. Everybody, I want you to get this. I'm not trying to tell you to come from the medical over to the natural health side. I'm trying to tell you, do whatever you want, but why wouldn't you embrace nature? Okay? Why wouldn't you embrace nature? That's all. Okay? So give me a call and we'll talk about it. I definitely would be looking at the Merigen. I would also be looking at the Magenta, the amazing Magenta MTC coconut oil. We have more C60 in our coconut oil than any other C60 on the market, okay? But you have to call me or call the office for that. We sell it in 1-quart containers. And we also sell it for we sell it for about 35 or 40% cheaper than anybody else on the market. And I can prove that, okay? All right, but those are things I would look at. You need to get your bowels moving. You need to get on structured water. You need to get on the perfect day diet and understand, Adrian, that when somebody says to you, Adrian, you've got kidney cancer and you've only got so much long to live, or you have only this much chance to survive, understand, they're looking at the way you're living now, and then they're giving you a parameter of everybody else that's come in, so they're not lying. As soon as you become different, then you change. You change everything. So if your day becomes different, the outcome is different. That's it. So understand something, everyone. Are you tired of being scared? Okay? Let me tell you something. I'm not going to do things that are stupid, but I don't get scared. All right? Getting scared is something I really practice at. Because when you're scared, you're not thinking. You're in fight, flight, fright mode, and you'll never heal. So take a look at everyone that has a chronic illness or says, oh, I'm a 3 times cancer survivor. And that person has always lived with fear, and they don't even know it. If we ran a program long enough and strong enough, it becomes our personality, and we think it's just part of us. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need someone that's going to help guide you and actually be honest with you, and be upfront with you. Tracy, I have breast cancer and just ordered your clapper and daily cleansing tea. Can I clap directly on the lump in my breast? What else do you recommend I do? Well, Tracy, if you want, and I mean this in the best way, if you want to send a picture of us or give me a call and tell me, how big is the lump? Is it calcified? Is it just fibrous scar tissue? Whereabouts is it in the breast? How big is it? How long have you had it? These all are things that matter. So you can give me a call at extension 5. And whether people believe it or not, I got caught up yesterday with all my callbacks except 4, and you will be called today. All right? See, I don't mind working hard because I love it. Do you know what it feels like to actually serve people and see a change? It's the love you give, not the love you take. Call me, Tracy. Anyways, I would also suggest that on Wednesday and Thursday, we are playing cancer and calcium ion therapy, part 1, part 2 at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's a starter, everyone. But I still say, Tracy, you get a consult. And if not, just give me a call and we'll talk for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, love? Shabia. Hi, Dr. Darrell Wolfe. I have a question here. My parents are doing everything they can not to be controlled by the government, but in Australia there are rules, not laws, by the way, to wear a mask. But if we don't, we get a fine for not wearing a mask. How can I stop my parents from wearing on without medical certificate and fight these ridiculous rules? I don't know. You know, this is really a personal issue. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. First of all, you know, and don't be bashing me for this, but the reality is, you know what? I go where I don't have to wear a mask to these smaller places, family owned, and they know that I won't shop there if I have to wear a mask. So I don't wear a mask. So understand that. If there's something that's needed, I'll send one of my staff members that don't mind it. I don't go, oh, if you want a job here, you have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask and you have to go to this store. No, they go, oh, I don't mind. Okay, fine. Then they'll go. But the reality is if you come even to my clinic, you'll see right on the door it says no masks allowed. And I mean that in a loving way. But I don't want fear coming in and scarcity, and I don't need all that stuff. God, I don't believe in it. You know what? It's like this. It's my clinic. All right? And I don't want the people that are coming here that we are teaching them about courage and bravery and taking back their power to heal themselves. And I got somebody coming in with a mask on that believes that if they wear 1, 2, or 3 masks, they're more protected. Please. Okay? No, it's not happening. So, you know what? I would tell your parents that if they need to go out, go to the country. Go find someplace where you know it's isolated. Hopefully they live down right in the heart of the city. Well, you shouldn't live there anyways. Nobody should be living right in the heart of the city. That's where all the 5G is. That's where all the toxic poisons are. That's where they're really going to nail you. You know, that's why they want us all in the cities. They want to trap us in like little rats. So that's never going to happen for me. So I don't put myself in situations like that, okay, where I'm going to live. Like if you go out my front door, I got a volcano and a provincial park. If you look out my back door, I've got this big hill, and then I've got all these vineyards, and then I've got a lake. I don't set myself up, okay, for problems. And then you're going to go, yeah, you're the lucky one. Well, no. If you're living where you don't want to live and you don't like your life, then take a look at your beliefs. God gave you the same potential as everybody else. You're limited by your limited beliefs. And I mean that in the best way. I really, truly do mean that in the best. Oh, come on, Dr. Wolfe. Let me tell you something. My father was a part-time pastor carpenter that believed in poverty, and I'm not taking anything against him. My mother was a rape victim over and over again by her father, and she became an alcoholic by the time she was 30. Okay? I came from total poverty. All right? So I had poverty consciousness. I had to kick and claw my way out of that, you know? And the reality is the universe is abundant. We're not abundant. Sandy, I have had fibroma on the top of my foot from dropping a grain auger and crushing the edge of the steel toe of my work boot. I soak it in vinegar, salt water, apply cold press organic flax oil, and rub it gently. This helps keep the swelling down and the toe pliable so I'm able to walk with minor limp. If I don't keep up the treatment, then it affects my entire foot. Thank you, Tara. So anyways, I just got these guys. I've been doing a lot of video shooting, so if I put these Teslas on, don't think I'm doing it because, I think I'm a movie star. It's just that if my eyes start getting irritated, all this blue light, then these things are going to go on because these are Teslas, and they don't block the blue light. They turn the blue light into healing light, and you can put these on, and boom, a headache will come down right away. Burning eyes, burning brain. But for now, I'll do this, but if it starts to bother me, then I'll be putting them on. Okay, my entire foot, and I am not able to put any pressure on it, thus becoming immobile or requiring a wheelchair, hoping this suggestion might help others with fibrosis. Well, absolutely. Let me just tell you something. Sandy, we live in a crippled world. That is so crazy. Sandy, I don't know where you live, but if you can come here, I'll work on you free if you want to come here. Because I'll show you that in one treatment, we'll turn this around. And the other thing is you got to start clapping, not right where the injury is, but around the injury. and then you got to get a clapper and then clap the injury. I don't have a clapper up here, buddy. I don't have anything. But if you go on my website, you can and look at equipment. You can buy yourself a clapper, and then you can go watch the clapping videos, okay, that are in my library. It's called Take Action. Sandy, I'll tell you something right now. This fibroma, I would turn this around so fast to make your head spin. I can turn around a hip problem, knee problem, spinal problem so fast, and somebody that's already booked for surgery. And if they go to surgery, I'll refund their money. That's it. So understand something right now, everybody. When you're told there's nothing we can do for you or the only option is surgery, they're not lying because they don't have any other options because they weren't taught to have options. And that's it. Don't you... Okay. If anybody out there wants to put me to the challenge, any practitioner, bring me somebody that you can't help. Okay? And we'll do a live. And then we'll do a step-by-step. No funny games. Why am I doing this? Not because we're wonderful. Not because we're amazing. It's because the human body's amazing. And we've been taught to be not amazing. And you are amazing. And you can heal from 99.99999% of everything that they say you can't. Okay. This helps keep the swelling down and the toe joints pliable so I'm able to walk. If I don't keep it up the treatment, then it affects... Well, I know, but it's not it's a treatment. It's not a treatment that works. Anything you got to keep doing. Okay, Sandy, do you want to do pain management, or do you want to just heal the thing? That's it. Okay, but you're taught... I just love these things when I drive down the road. Pain management clinic. I'm not going to manage my pain. I'm going to master the sucker. Forget that. Gosh, you know what? Everything is just, we don't even know when we've been sucker punched. I mean, the person that actually wrote that sign, did they ever read it? You want to manage people's pain all your life? No. We want to master it. We want to get rid of it. And understand something. You want to master pain, and you have to look at pain right. Pain is a GPS, and if it keeps coming back, it says the treatment doesn't work. And if the pain keeps coming back, it means that you're using the same mind that created it to try to fix it. You got to do something different. Do something different. I am not able to put any pressure on it. Oh, okay. Thus becoming immobile or requiring a wheelchair. Well, that can all change. Fibrosis, everybody, fibrosis means scar tissue. And the scar tissue is going to keep building because they don't know how to pull the scar tissue apart. They don't know how to get the calcium back into the bones. They don't know how to melt the crystallization. And guess what? The person that you're going to the person that you're going to, Sandy, tell them to give you a money-back guarantee. Thank you. Carrie, for some reason, I only have a desire for breakfast foods, only yogurt. Yogurt is dairy. It can't be digested. It's an inflammatory product. It even causes cancer. Okay, you couldn't give me yogurt. I'd throw it in the garbage. Apples are fine. Oatmeal's fine to a certain degree. It can be acidic if you overdo it. Some people do it every day. And I'm not a big breakfast person. I believe that you need to hydrate and go to the bathroom and hydrate really well and then eat breakfast a little bit later. Since I've been doing yogurt, apples, oatmeal since 2019, it is what I eat 80% of the time. Not sure why. I'm not sure why either, but get rid of the yogurt. That's for one thing. And get yourself coconut yogurt if you want to do yogurt. Okay, love? Melinda, and also this kind of diet here, you got bowel problems. So that's that. Okay? And it would really be good if you would change your diet up and bring in a little bit more high vibrational foods. I'd look at the perfect day, my perfect day guide in the library on docofdetox.com. Okay, look at the 4 pillars and go into that. Melinda, I had tumors and breast cancer, double mastectomy. Now have 3 tumors, 1 in each kidney and in my right lung, trying to shrink them naturally. Any advice? Okay, right off the bat, please watch the calcium, watch the cancer and calcium ion therapy part 1 and 2. Wednesday and Thursday. Also, give me a call if you want and get our C60. Also, we need to make sure your bowels are moving. You need to get in there and do the ultimate coffee enema You need to get on structured water so that it doesn't take any energy. I don't care. Even if you're doing Kangen water, it's not structured. Yes, Kangen water is good. Isn't it overpriced? Oh, it's so hyped out and overpriced. It's ridiculous. Please. You know what? But if you've got the money and you want to buy it and you love it, great. I say it's great. Okay? But I would just get a structured water unit and structure everything, because even Kangen's not structured after you spend $4,000, or $3,000. And don't be drinking distilled water like people say, or reverse osmosis water, because you can't digest it. It is a food. Water's a food. Okay? And when you structure it, there's no energy by the body, and it hydrates 1,000% better. Did you hear what I said? That means the detoxification is easier too. Okay? And a structured water unit never breaks down. You pay one time for it, that's it. I do intermittent breathing, fasting, which is good. Breathing techniques, meditate, no processed foods. But breathing is getting more labored. Yes, it will. And that's due to the inflammation. And that's why I said you need the calcium ion therapy. You also need the MCT, amazing magenta coconut oil. You really do. And if you want to call and get a consult, we'll build you a protocol. All right? That's the way I would go. I truly would. Okay? I'll take a little break here. I'm just going to tell everyone upcoming shows. Wednesday, February the 10th, like I just said, calcium and ion therapy part 1. And then on Wednesday, part 2. And then I will be doing a thing called Inspire at Wednesday, okay, that is 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the calcium shows, guys. And then I'll be doing a thing called Inspire with Dr. Brian Gangle at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll only be a half an hour. And I'll be doing that for this Wednesday, next Wednesday, and the next Wednesday. So I'm just going to get like a telephone. I think, no, we'll put it up, won't we? I don't know if we can. We'll figure it out. It might be just using a phone on Facebook, but it will be on Facebook if nowhere else. Let me see here. Tuesday. And then next week, yeah, I'll be doing my Q&A again. And this Thursday, I won't be doing a Q&A, but we'll see how much it picks up. And if it's needed, I'll give you another 2 hours to answer questions. Like I said, this is where I'm going to answer questions if you want them done live, okay? I'll try to answer them on Facebook, but a lot of them I can't get to because there's just too many now. I mean, some of my Facebook postings get like, honestly, I'm not kidding, 200 comments. And then if I do like 3 a day, that's 600 comments. Right. Okay. Again, let me see here. We've done all the questions there. Now we're going to go to the iPad. Abigail, what should I do to heal my acid reflux? Well, right off the bat, Abigail, Arm & Hammer baking soda. And what you do is take like a teaspoon of baking soda, put it into a glass of warm water. It's better than cold. And then what you need to do is stir that and drink it on an emptier stomach. Never do baking soda just before you eat or just after you eat. Let the food leave the stomach, okay? Next thing is, if you really want to help your reflux, indigestion, heartburn, then what you want to do is you want to get the Daily Cleansing Tea, Tummy Love Black Gold, but you also want to get up in the morning and drink 16 ounces to 32 ounces of hot water. Yeah, you do. You want to do that. And you could put like some lemon in if you want, a little squeeze. You don't have to overdo it. But get the hot water in there to start flushing out the mucus and the acidity. Now, understand, the acid reflux that you're getting, you're backing up acid. So what's stressing you out, okay? What's stressing you out? Because it's really bothering your stomach. What emotional crap is going on that you can't digest, okay? Because you're getting stirred up. You need to breathe more, try to relax more, and alkaline more. So make sure, if you've got this kind of problem, that you're eating a mono diet, not a whole bunch of different foods. And you got to do food combining. Don't mix proteins and starches like meat and potatoes or fish and rice. Try to have, like, if it was fish with vegetables, with fish, salad, steamed vegetables. That's enough food. If you're going to have let's say you're going to have rice, then you could have steamed vegetables and salad. Do you understand? Don't put proteins and starches together. Try to eat fruits on their own. And guess what? Abigail, please chew your food. People who get heartburn do not chew their food. They gulp it down in big chunks. Remember something, the smaller the molecule size, the more the enzymes can wrap around the particle to digest it. The bigger the chunk, the more that there's going to be more acid created, okay? And do not talk about stressful things at supper. And if you're exhausted, do not eat, drink. If you're upset, do not eat, drink until you calm down. There. I hope that's helped. And there's a lot of other things like, you should be doing the belly button therapy. You should be doing the clapping. You should be doing the lengthen, strengthen exercises. You'll see those in the do-it-yourself guide in my library. Sheila, I think we understand your compassion for everyone and truly comprehend fully what's happening in our world today. Long may you continue. I'm in the UK struggling so much with fibromyalgia and ulcerative colitis. Would be very grateful on an insight into these problems. Medical science is not helping at all. I'm feeling fatigued and current circumstances are not helping. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this, and I mean this in the most loving way. Okay? But Sheila, mind your own business. And your own business is loving Sheila, caring for Sheila, honoring Sheila. I want you to cut out everyone that's negative. I want you to cut out negative shows, negative talk on the radio. I want you to cut out the negative talk that's going on in your head. There, your day's full now. Do you see? Just try to reorganize and restructure your day to be based on harmony, peace, and honoring oneself. That's the first thing. Sheila, you may not be able to do this, but I just go to people. No, please stop. Stop talking. Stop talking. When people want to talk to me and it's just like diarrhea coming out, right? They want to talk about what they just heard on the news or what tragedy's going on. I just go, no, we're not doing it. We will take action where we can, but you are not going to evoke a reaction out of me because you're having one. It's like when I was younger. If I was toking, I'd want someone to toke with me. If I was drinking, I'd want someone to drink with me. If I was eating garbage, I'd want my girlfriend or my brother or my whatever to eat garbage with me. I will not partake in garbage. And that's what you need to do. But the reality is that what we don't understand is the biggest garbage is in our head. The biggest garbage is in our head. The biggest garbage is in our head. And it's actually programmed that we run. See, the people in my life know not to bring anything to me except the purpose, the passion, the being present, talking about amazing imagination to inspiration to creation. And then you can say BS, Dr. Wolfe. And I'll say, yeah, there would be a time in my life too where I'd say I was full of BS too. I would. But the reality is I'm the one that's happy. So I'm happy in crisis. You wouldn't know it right now, but my whole business is in crisis. I had somebody try and take possession of my websites and actually take them down. They actually took our Facebook down. We're actually being attacked right now. Welcome to the adventure. I got this. I mean, I don't know if you watch my stuff, but a few days ago I said, we may lose our websites. And it came that close. So the reality is no matter what I do, staying in the present moment, looking after myself, we're full of human beings that we love, and some of them are crazy. So no matter, I'm not looking for the perfect, peaceful life. I know that I must stay centered, connected to my breath when chaos happens, because it's always going to happen. This is planet Earth, a fun-filled, life-threatening adventure for the whole family, as long as you learn the rules, because they're just rules, they're not laws. There's only one law for me, and that's do no harm. I say it enough. You think I'm kidding? The government can take all its foolish rules and shove it up its butt. And I say that with love and respect, because I'm not doing them. I don't need to do them, because I'm not a lawbreaker, because I'm going to do, it's my law. It's God's law. It's universal law. That's the only law for me. That supersedes anything that these so-called authoritarians are going to dream up. Anyways, let's get back to the question. I won't be taking any more. Can you yeah, I've got about 8. And it's like this. If anybody wants to have their questions, you got to jump on the platform fast. And you got to, so first come, first serve, you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of thing. Okay. So let Tara know, would you? Okay. Fibromyalgia just means that you have pain in your muscle fibers. That's all that means. So I could have that if I drank, or I didn't drink enough water, or I was constipated long enough, or I stressed myself out today, because it's actually because you don't have fibromyalgia, which is pain in your muscle fibers, unless you're creating acidity, which means that you're running an adrenal program. Because look at, she says she has ulcers. Ulcerative colitis means that you're actually eating holes in your intestine, and you're doing it. Why are you eating yourself? What is it you don't like about yourself? Okay, what is it you don't like about the world? Because you're creating enough acid that is burning holes right through your intestines. So is your partner terrorizing you, or have you been living with someone and they're an alcoholic? Or, you know, if you don't change your life, you're not going to change your life. That's the bottom line. This is a lot of emotional right here. Okay? Yes, we can do nutritional things like the black gold, the daily cleansing tea. Tummy Love is really going to help this. You know, are you overweight? Okay. I don't know. Am I picking up? Are you 20 pounds overweight, 30 pounds overweight? I'm feeling fatigued. Current circumstances are not helping. Well, guess what? Isn't it something? I'm going to tell you something right now. You will know the stability of your emotional health when things aren't stable. So there you go. So we know that probably 85% of the world, okay, is emotionally unstable. So when things are going their way, okay, when things are going their way, they're okay. And when they're not, it's not good. So it's called mastering your mind. To master your emotions. Emotions, energy and motion. You got to get it. You don't get it, you're going to eat holes right through you. And ulcerative colitis means that you are poisoning your bloodstream continually. So you should be exhausted. And you're going to have a major blowout. I would suggest that you get a consultation. It doesn't matter if you live in UK or China, Japan, Australia. You know what? We will be consulting you if you take a consultation with us as if you're next door, as if you walk in and sit right across from us on a couch. And we'll even do it better. Why? Because you can call us. We're on it. You don't have to book an appointment and then wait in. Oh my God, I feel it burning here. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Take massive action to honor, love, and respect yourself. Sheila, okay? Look at the things that are drilling holes into you. Boy, what you'll put up with, eh? Christy, where do I order your products? Go to store.docofdetox.com. You'll see all the products there. Okay? And understand something, everybody. If I get questions, doesn't matter what they are, we didn't make them up. They're real. Okay? All questions are real. Payola. Oh, there you go. Stands for money. Dr. Wolfe, my husband did a consultation with one of your employees, and it was great. The problem is, I think he has negative unconscious beliefs. He has an addiction to pasta and grains. No, he doesn't. Oh my gosh, thank you though. Thank you so much, Payola. Anyways, he doesn't have an addiction to grains and pasta. Okay? The fungus in him does. You'll see he'll go along and won't say a word, then all of a sudden he needs it. And it's because he's got enough fungus in there that they go, Daddy, Daddy, we're hungry, feed me. And you'll find he's usually wanting this later at night because fungus is a parasite like a vampire. Hey, honey, would you like a glass of wine? Hey, honey, want to make popcorn? Hey, honey, want taco chips? Hey, honey, want ice cream? Hey, are you with me yet? Hey, you want a beer? All of this, okay, the yeast turns into fungus from antibiotics, and everybody goes, well, I didn't do antibiotics. Well, you did if you bought factory farm animals. You did them every day, and you did tons of them. Where do you think the antibiotics go? Geez, let me see. It's like, I don't know, I can't remember right now, but if I were to give you the statistics of how much antibiotics are in animals, so yeah, you're loaded with them. The antibiotics create the fungus, okay? And then the fungus go, Daddy, feed me. Okay. It is ruining his life. No, they're ruining his life. He has a fatty liver. Well, a fatty liver is because sugar and flour junkie. Sugar and flour junkie. Sugar and flour junkie. Let me tell you something. There are 8-year-old children that have fatty livers right now. Sugar, flour junkie. Hey, honey, we're going to a restaurant. Do you have the kiddies menu? Can you bring us the kiddies menu so we can prepare our child to become an alcoholic? Could you do that? Could you bring us the kiddies menu? There's more poison in the kiddies menu, more sugar and more flour to make your kid into an alcoholic or a drug addict. And it's all about doing that. Oh, I just love. If you want to challenge me, you just come on and challenge me, anybody out there. And I'm not saying I want to be challenged. I'm just saying this, that sometimes I got to be challenged because then I can prove that I'm right about this. God, even if I was slow as slow can be, 40 years, you should be able to get a handle on this. Any person can heal their body. Any person. And let me tell you something. There will be no better practitioner, no better physician, whatever you want to call it, than you for your body. End of story. Nobody can say anything to me about that. Okay? Because the reality is, it's your body. It was a gift. And you have to learn how to look after it. He has fatty liver psoriasis. Oh my God. Okay. This is just great. You know what, Paola? You are amazing. Okay, so remember what I said about the fungus? Well, the fungus, they're drill bit predators. Bzzz, right? So they make holes. Okay? All right. So here we go. So those holes that happen in the intestine, and now we call that leaky gut. That's like a screen door in a submarine, okay? What happens is the fungus goes in, and then wherever the blocks are, remember, guys, come on. Where's the blocks? Well, wherever there's scar tissue or displaced calcium or crystallization, that's where the blocks are. A healthy person has 10 blocks today. An unhealthy person has 20, okay? Autoimmune disease about 30 and cancer 40 blocks. And that's why people don't get well, because people don't know how to unravel these scar tissue, calcium crystallization blocks. But here's the deal. The fungus is going into his blood. And when the fungus gets into his blood and he's got systemic candidiasis, fungus, then guess what? When he fills up with fungus, it's got to come where? Up through the skin, like bubbling up through the ground. My cup runneth over. So now he's got eczema or psoriasis. Well, eczema is psoriasis. Eczema is the baby brother of psoriasis. That's all. Oh my God, I've got eczema. Yeah, well, pretty soon you'll have a psoriasis too. Okay, first you had an itchy skin, then you had a little scab, then blah, 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 blah. It's just like, you go from painful joints to arthritis to, rheumatoid arthritis to osteoarthritis. And they're all the same illness. They're just that you've been treated and you haven't been trained to reverse your own problem. That's all. And you know what? Like I said, 99.9% of all illnesses can be reversed. And it's just like, this whole genome thing about how it's genetics. What a crock of crap. It's not genetics. It's epigenetics. I had a lady come to me and she said, "No, Dr. Wolfe, you're wrong. I have this gene," and they saw it. And I said, "I believe you have the gene, but you can wean yourself of any gene. The gene is reprogrammed. Genes are reprogrammed, okay? All right? I won't get into that today, but go check out the Genome Project. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars on it. The medical system, big pharma, they wanted to prove that things were genetic and cancer was totally genetic, and then it flew right in their face. So now they don't talk about it at all. But you'll still have the doctors going, "Oh, well, it's genetic. There's nothing we can do, and you were born with this." Yeah, really? Okay, so that's what our Creator's like. He's like, "Okay, for you, I'm going to give you this. For you, I'm going to give you this." How does it feel to have no power, right? How does it feel to have no power? They did that with cancer. They did that with other diseases, and now they're doing it through the media and masking and all this other stuff. And you know what? We're all supposed to jump in and fight this make-believe situation. I'm going to be doing 24 things you should ask people that believe in COVID and the people that wear masks, and I'll be putting that together. Okay. High blood pressure. Well, of course it's got high blood pressure. Do you know how you get high blood pressure? Well, here's the deal. Okay, so your body needs to have this much oxygen, this much nutrition, this much detoxification. So if there's blocks throughout the body, so blocks could even be arthritis in the knee. That slows down the blood supply. Any joint in the body is like a bend in a river. So the more stiffer you are in your joints, the least blood flow. The more scar tissue you create, and that means your connective, beautiful tissue, elastic tissue turns into scar tissue, which is not flexible. It's not elastic, and it doesn't have a good blood flow, does it? So it slows down the blood. So the more you slow down the blood, the heart has to work harder, because the heart says, we need to get so much blood here, or else you're going to be in big trouble, because if we don't get enough oxygen, enough nutrition, and enough toxins out, then you're going to get cancer. And that's the bottom line, guys. So you want high blood pressure or cancer? Which one do you want? So you got to get rid of the blocks. But the reality is, we got a problem here, okay? And that is that even natural health practitioners don't understand that it's all about blocks. It's all about the invisible creating the physical. It's all about scar tissue crystallization and calcification. And go talk to a massage therapist or a chiropractor or a physiotherapist or an acupuncturist, and they're going to wonder what you're talking about. We don't even think about scar tissue until we got a tumor. We don't think about scar tissue until we got to get our hip replaced. Meanwhile, we can reverse that and not have a hip replacement, because guess what? You still have tissue there. It's just the tissue's been calcified. So in the x-ray, it looks like it's just calcified. There's no tissue. But I'm giving you a money-back guarantee to say I call BS. High blood pressure. How can I help him relieve the negative beliefs that keep him addicted to things that are harmful for him? Look, I'm not saying all men, but compared to women, men are, wow, they're not asleep. They're in a coma, okay? And they've been programmed for their stubbornness. Seriously, when it comes to health and when it comes to an open mind and an open heart, my God, if it wasn't for women, we'd already have our 5th extinction on this planet. How do you get through to him? I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Maybe a baseball bat. No, I'm kidding. I don't know how you get through to him. I don't know how to get through to the people in my family that don't want to do it. It's all about self-care and self-love. You know that, right? Okay? What if you were running a hate program and a fear program and you didn't know it? I'll tell you what I would do. I'd book a consultation and be there with the consultation and do a consultation with them. And then we could build that perfect day for him, and then we would keep supporting him and you, and then let him just stick his toe in and let him go gradually. See, with most people, especially men, they have to get a life-threatening disease or have a heart attack. That's a shame, eh? Well, it's all just programming. It's not because he's dumb, and it's not because he doesn't love you. It's because he's programmed to knock himself off. Like we all are. Come on. How many people are doing things today and drinking, eating things, saying things, thinking things that are poisonous? Seriously. How many? And we know it's poison. Why do we do it? Because we're unconscious of the fact. Because our whole life is run by our subconscious. I mean, I have been practicing for a quarter of a century, staying in the present moment, staying connected to my breath, slight smile. And then really, when something happens that would just piss me off or make me blow up, to just go, okay, so what are we going to do? Now, what if we actually did that? Oh my gosh. Okay, but you know what? That's why the media, the government, inside the government, they've got us. Because we're emotional beings and you've never mastered your emotions. So they go, well, if we do this, they'll do that. If we do that, they'll do this. Not hard to figure out, eh? Okay. Where are we here? How do you get rid of kidney stones? Well, first of all, person doesn't drink the right water, enough water, has too much acidity in their life, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So the diet is not right. The mind is not right. Now, kidney stones are made out of calcium. See, we keep coming back to this. I mean, you know what? I'm just going to, it's like this. Oh, here he goes again. Okay, so anyways, so if you are too acidic in a certain part of your body, what happens is your body will pull calcium to try to buffer it down, to keep it more alkaline. And it's mainly the blood, and it's also the tissues. And what happens is it does that so that you don't become cancerous. So then what happens is you pull so much calcium out, and you create stones. You can create gallstones, kidney stones, or calcium deposits in your breast. It depends on the emotion, the negative emotion you keep running, and the type of diet you have that will create the stones in the different parts of the body. I can prove all this. I do it when I teach my whole life coach course. We teach all of this. And then people go, how can you do a course in 8 days and make somebody into an actual nutritional, detox, emotional consultant? Because I can. Because understand something, it's not that complicated. And then people go, well, is this approved by the government? And I'll go, no, but it's approved by the World Organization of Natural Medicine. And if it was approved by the government, then it wouldn't have my approval. Right. Okay. Why is my grandbaby throwing up every feeding? Well, what are you feeding her? And understand something. I'll give you 10 to 1 odds. She's constipated. Okay? Also his skin has bumps and his face like pimples. He's constipated. I win. So the reality is when a child has a skin condition, it's because the bowel is jammed up and toxic. So what is the mother feeding it? Dairy? Give me a call. Mary, is knee surgery my only choice? Of course not, Mary. Call me, let me know where you live, and we'll take action. You need to start doing things like DMSO gel, pain away essential oil, clapping, and then guess what? You get one treatment from one of my Wolfe Non-Surgical therapists, and if they don't blow your mind and make you feel that you don't have to go to surgery, I'll pay for it. Okay. And if you want to learn about this, guys, go to my A to Z masterclass in my library and watch the 2-hour video, and then go in and watch the different body part that you're concerned with. And you'll find that at docofdetox.com. Michelle, can you please tell me how to overcome anxiety? Yeah, I can. First of all, go into my library to the 4 pillars and look at the 4 self-care, self-love pillars. Start practicing those. Get yourself some Braveheart love bands. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Look, see? 3, 2, 1, I got this. And this is a kiss. This is as snug as a hug. You're reminding that you love yourself and you're going to protect and honor yourself. And this is snapping back to the present moment, because the only place you have control is the present moment. If you're guilty about the future or guilty about the present, worried about the future, you're not in the present moment. You can't be in 2 time zones at once. The only place you can heal and the only place you can create beautiful things is in the present moment. So you got to connect to your lion heart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Keep a slight smile on your face. Walk around like that all day long and connect to your breath. Get yourself these bands. They're 50 cents each. Get 20 of them, $10 next time you order products. Or if you don't want to order products, just order these. Okay? And go take a look at my 4 pillars that of, emotional, nutritional, detox, okay, and exercise. Okay, go take a look at those things. But do the 4 pillars. And then if you're married, why don't you do the couples connection with your husband every night for 10 minutes for 33 days. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. And if you're not married or you are married, do it with your partner, whoever your partner is, and then do the mirror. And if you're not married, do the mirror work. And whenever you go to the bathroom, look in the mirror. Okay. And 1 second. Michelle, you're going to look in the mirror and you go, Michelle, from this moment on, I will totally, unconditionally love, protect, respect, and honor myself before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I can. I love you. Say that 10 times. When you're in a rush or going to go in the car, look in the mirror and say, Michelle, I love you. Start talking to yourself. You do anyway. You know, they say that if you talk to yourself, you're crazy. Well, guess what? I'll tell you something. Everybody talks to themselves. So just call me as crazy as I'm just nutty as hell. So the reality is this. Talk to yourself, but talk nice to yourself, because you don't realize it, but you're talking bad to yourself. That's what we do. Michelle, you're talking bad to yourself. You wouldn't have anxiety. And you wouldn't have anxiety if you weren't fearful. And you know what? If you were to mind your own business and live in the present moment, and you just own that moment, all you got to do, you have one job, just own the present moment. Just be right here, right now. And totally wall off everything negative. And people go, well, don't you want to stay up with, they say, don't you want to stay up with the world affairs, the current affairs, the current lies? The current lies? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I can remember when I was younger. You know, I had a couple of my peers say to me, you need to keep up on the current affairs, Darrell. And I actually believe that BS, dysfunctional belief. You know what? I like current affairs. You know what the current affair is? Me, my heartbeat, my breathing, my emotional level at every moment. That is the only thing that matters. And if it didn't matter, my family would have to live in chaos with me, like your family has to live with you right now. And you living with you. It's chaos. You're a beautiful person. Let me tell you something. Human beings are beautiful. They're not bad, but human beings can have bad beliefs. And then there's the Satanists. I don't know what they are, you know, but the reality is I do mean that, okay? Whatever. The reality is that you got to start honoring and respecting yourself, Michelle. Go into my library and find the Braveheart Masterclass, and then put in Braveheart free, and you can get it for free. Do the masterclass 3 times. Start doing the 4 pillars I told you, and get yourself these love bands and go nuts with them. And you know, if you're on a bus or you're just sitting there, just do this. What am I doing now? I'm kissing myself. And I'm saying to my brain, there's a new sheriff in town called honor, love, and respect for oneself. And every time I do this, guess what? The only reason why you have anxiety is because you listened to somebody long enough and strong enough and they've scared the crap out of you. So now, why don't you listen to you long enough and strong enough and bring your courage back? Bring that Braveheart goddess back. And it's just a thought. I mean, all the negative thought that you have and all the anxiety, has it paid off? Is anybody paying you to do it? No. You're losing your health. You're wrecking your relationship with yourself and everybody else. And that's the bottom line. Is there anything I can do so my teenage kids don't get cancer? Wow. This is Michelle, who says I have anxiety. I'm not even going to answer that, Michelle. We're not going to talk about that. Your teenage kids aren't going to get cancer, Michelle. This is how anxious you've become. You've totally lost sanity. You've got insane beliefs, and it's okay. I love you anyway. It's great. Let's recognize it, and then let's focus on what we want to become, not what we don't want. Oh, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to focus on everything I don't want. Oh, then guess what? At the end of the day, I'm going to go, I never get anything except what I don't want. Well, that's right. Because when we came down from wherever we came from, or up from, or there from, there was one thing that we were told. Whatever you focus on the most, my dear child, I will give you more of, because you are the creator of your life. I had Deb, I had breast cancer, and now I have cervical cancer. I am experiencing pain and vaginal bleeding with blood clots. Well, you have to have pain because you haven't addressed the issue enough. And the blood clots is the stagnation and putrefaction. And if you didn't keep bleeding, you wouldn't be bleeding off the poison. So at least the bleeding is doing that, but we can't have it go on forever. It can cause anemia. You can lose your strength. So I understand that. Do you have any suggestions for pain and how to stop the bleeding? If I take 3 capsules of a curcumin cayenne, it stops the bleeding but gives me an upset stomach. So take the curcumin cayenne when you eat at every meal. So at every meal. And then what I would do is, if you take the curcumin cayenne, not at meals, just do 1. So let's say you did 1 every 2 hours on an empty stomach. Let's say you did 2 at every meal. Okay, so let's keep it coming. If you want to call me, I'll give you some tips. But the reality is you're on fire. So what are we going to do to reduce the inflammation? Because we got to reduce the inflammation. Because we got to reduce the free radical damage. That's going to actually be damaging the mitochondria, which create the ATP, to create the energy to keep you healthy. So the reality is we've got to slow the cancer down because it's creating the acidity to feed more cancer cells. And then we need to take a look at you on an emotional level. So I really would get a perfect day consultation, okay? I don't want to tell you all the products that you should take. I've mentioned some of them, but I don't want to do that. And remember everybody out there, I need you to get this. I do not treat disease. Somebody comes to me with a 10-foot hole, I build a 10-foot ladder. Somebody comes to me with a 20-foot hole, I build a 20-foot ladder. I do not treat disease. Disease is a symptom. And the worse the symptom is, the worse the so-called disease is, okay, is the less proper therapy and attention it's had. That's it. I do not cure. I do not treat disease. We are treating symptoms, but we're not treating symptoms. It's called whole body healing for a reason. Get rid of the physical blocks, reduce the infection, reduce the inflammation, bring up the nutrition, bring up the oxygen, bring up the circulation in your home. That's your goal. But you've got to take a look and make a list right now of the things that terrify you, the things that scare you. And then let's work on those things and turn them around. Let's start picking, if we have 8 terrifying thoughts, let's now write on the other side of the page 8 beautiful healing thoughts. And we're gonna carry that on a card in our wallet. We're gonna put it on our mirror. We're gonna put it in the car. We're gonna use it as a mantra. Because understand something, repetition is how they got us to wear masks. And repetition is how we're going to stop wearing them. Repetition is how we're going to heal. Repetition is how we're going to stay healed. Because it's your subconscious and it just runs programs. And it's all programs. You're being programmed. Just like they tried to do at intermission in the football game. They're trying to get you used to things that we should never get used to. Donna, please advise for my 23-year-old feeling faint. Water, constipation, and also, am I pretty enough? Will somebody love me? Will they continue to love me? Will I be safe? Am I good enough? I would tell you, Donna, that if you want, you can bring your 23-year-old. I love 23-year-olds. I love all children. She's not a child. But even at 23, she's trying to figure out who I am, what I am, what's going on. And if you want, we'll go on Skype together on FaceTime. And I'll talk to her for 10, 15 minutes. You know what? She doesn't know how powerful she is. And she doesn't know how beautiful she is. And why is the oxygen being cut off that she's feeling faint? It's always emotional. It's always physical. Kadia, for how long is it safe to be taking baking soda daily? Well, I don't know. You know, I've been taking it for probably 25 years. I did baking soda this morning. Okay? So whenever I feel like tightness, because there's a lot going on, I start to feel a little stressed, or I feel that burning a little bit, or just that brewing in here, I'll just go and take it. Baking soda is not dangerous. You know what? Let me tell you something. If they could patent it, you'd be buying it. And you wouldn't be paying $1.50. You'd be paying $150 or $1,500 a box. Are you getting this? Baking soda is not dangerous. End of story. All right, they use baking soda intravenously to reverse cancer in Italy. You probably heard about the doctor. Anyways, I love baking soda. I think everybody should do baking soda, especially if you're stressing yourself out. Do a teaspoon of baking soda. Calm that acid out. What do you want to do? Burn yourself up and blow yourself up? Let me tell you something. If they could patent it, they would. They would. And understand, people are going to go, well, make sure you get the aluminum-free baking soda. Well, guess what? That's in baking powder. And so there's a company called, I think it's called Redmond's or something, or can't remember. And they charge like double or triple the price for their baking soda. And it's the same baking soda. Yeah, everybody's running a scam. I bet you haven't figured mine yet. Well, maybe you have. Okay. Let me see here. Claudia, I'm walking now. How can I get rid of my stomach fat? Oh, your stomach fat. Well, your stomach fat is just the storage shed for toxins and for inflammation. You got to do the perfect day diet, girl. And then you should be doing the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge in March. So we're going to kick off another one. I hope everybody joins me. We're trying to guesstimate because we're not for sure, but we think we had close to 8,000 people doing the fast around the world with us. So every time we do it, we're like doubling it. Yeah, stomach fat. Well, you know why you have stomach fat? Well, because guess what? It's really close to your large intestine. And it's your large intestine that's leaking the waste. So where do you think you're going to have the fat? Let me think. And it's not your stomach. Your stomach's up here. You don't have stomach fat. They always lie. You got large intestine fat. Say that. I got large intestine fat. You don't have stomach fat. Your stomach's up underneath your ribs. So you have a big glob of fat right here, do you? Do you have a big glob of fat right here? No. And I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm trying to tell you that they're always kind of just, oh no, it's over here. Whoa, what? No, it's over here. Oh my God, I almost got healthy. That was Claudia. Claudia, get a consult. Make it easy on yourself. Or struggle. And then buy a whole bunch of products and then it kind of works and it doesn't work. Or just get a real lifestyle program on an emotional and physical level. And those of you who want to do that, please go to just consultations. Go to docofdetox.com. Go to the top of the page. Go to consultations. If you have trouble getting in, you got to call into the office and we'll make room for you. Okay? Katia. Oh, no, did that. Marie, how to get rid of gallstones. We did that already. You're going to, the gallstones. Oh, no, we did the kidney stones. Oh, my gosh, the gallstones. Well, you got to get the cork out of your butt, get your bowels moving because you're backing up waste. And just know this, everyone, that gallstones, it's the gallbladder, but it's actually because the liver's under attack and the gallbladder has to take on the excess. And understand what it is. It's actually anger. So what are you angry at? People that have gallstones are angry. And the acidity of the inflammation of the liver is pulling on the calcium, and so the stones are being created, and they're in the gallbladder. And yes, you might have to get your gallbladder taken out because of the stones, because it doesn't allow for circulation and to heal properly. But the reality is that what's making you angry, and also start food combining, and also start taking digestive enzymes at your cooked food meals. But mainly, go to the health food store and get HCl capsules and take hydrochloric acid capsules when you eat animal protein and fatty foods. That'll really help. But what you want to do is get on the daily cleansing tea, tummy love, start cleaning that digestive tract and get the cork out of your butt. And then start doing the ultimate coffee enema to flush the liver and the gallbladder. Okay? And take a look at Hulda Clark. She has a gallbladder flush. Look up that one. And just look up gallbladder flush. There's different ones up there, some with olive oil, different types of ones. But look at the Hulda Clark gallbladder flush, and you may want to do that. But don't do a gallbladder flush unless you've done the daily cleansing tea, tummy love, and black gold for about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. And if you were to just stop the alcohol, the sugar, the flour, the dairy, and you were to go on the perfect day diet, you wouldn't have any more gallbladder attacks and you wouldn't be creating any more gallstones. Love yourself well. And who are you angry at? Yourself? Usually that's the case, or someone else. And then you run the program for so long, you forget that you're angry. It's just part of your personality. Okay. Vanessa, I'm intrigued by the comments you have made about C-sections because my bowel movements have never been the same since. You're lucky you're having a bowel movement. Anybody who gets a C-section, it's the worst surgery you could ever have. You'll grow 2 to 3 inch roots. They will wrap around your small intestine, large intestine, they'll wrap around your ovaries, they'll wrap around your uterus, they'll wrap around your fallopian tubes, they'll make sex painful. You won't be able to digest your food properly. When you go to move around, you'll think like there's somebody that's tying knots in your stomach. And understand something, if you get one treatment with us called an abdominal lift, okay, or a pelvic restoration, and you get that done, that takes about an hour to an hour and a half. We will give you freedom in the first one. You are going to go, hallelujah, hallelujah. Because guess what? Practitioners don't go in and take the scar tissue apart. They don't take the roots apart. Let me tell you something. All the scar tissue that you have in your body can be turned back into connective tissue by pulling the fibers apart properly and then allowing the blood flow and allowing the energy to come in. Life comes right back. And understand something. There's nothing that causes scar tissue more than surgery. Surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else and more problems for your future. So if anybody gets surgery, they need us. After the healing, we need to go in there and get rid of that beef jerky and turn it back into beautiful, beautiful tissue. Let me see. I'm intrigued by the comments you have made about C-sections because bowel movements have never been the same since. I have told my practitioner about it and barely a response. Suggested colonoscopy. Now, you can also believe this or not. It doesn't matter. So understand, you can choose to believe things I say or not, okay? But the reality is that the medical system was told to stop doing colonoscopies 50 years ago because they're dangerous, all right? And the reality is if you were to get on the black gold, tummy love, and the daily cleansing tea, it's not a lot of work, trust me. And it only is the most important thing you could do. That is the highway of life. And if you did that, you wouldn't need colonoscopies. And you would also reduce the infection, which would reduce the inflammation, which would reduce the scar tissue making. My gosh, it's not rocket science. And the reality is there's nobody out there that's stupid. It's that we've been programmed to look over here instead of over there. Oh my gosh. We've been on this for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody even listening?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay. C-sections. My bowel movements have never been the same. They won't be until you get rid of the scar tissue. Okay, Shannon. What do you recommend for ringing in the ears? Okay, listen. Please, it's only because of the time. Can you please go to my library, click on Do-It-Yourself Guide, and go look at Ear Restore. I actually did a whole video on it. I've got a whole program. But what you want to do is you want to get Ear Restore essential oil from us. You want to learn how to start doing the clapping, okay? You want to get the fulvic nano eye drops and the super silver liquid, and you're going to do soaks and you're going to do clapping in all around this area. Now understand what the ringing is actually caused because in the inner ear there's a wire. We'll call it a wire. It's not a wire, it's a nerve. But there's a wire that goes up into the brain, and that's continually being inflamed due to an inflammatory lifestyle. Okay? And also Wi-Fi EMF will even bother it, okay? Because it's like an antenna to the brain. So there's lots you can do. I used to have ringing in the ear all the time. And believe it or not, clapping is one of the most amazing things. So everything is about circulation. Everything is about blocks. So the invisible creates the physical. And when you get physical blocks, that's when you get pain. Nobody has pain unless they have a physical block. And the pain is not your enemy, so don't try to tell it to shut up. That's not a good relationship. Try to listen to your pain, where it's coming from, and how to lovingly work with that beautiful body of yours. Okay? But go take a look at that. I can't do it right now because, I have a lot to do today still. Josette, how do you get rid of varicose veins? Oh, boy. Well, here we go. I'll make it again. I'm going to be having videos done in the Do-It-Yourself Guide on all of this stuff. It's just that, I feel like I'm a one-man show here. And right now, what we're doing is we're preparing for some really huge trainings. And finishing off the library and video shooting. Okay, but we will get to these because they don't take long. I just need to sit. If I sat and just had like 8 hours, or even forget 8 hours, 4 hours, I could do probably 15 videos. So, but here's the varicose veins. You got to understand something. Pregnancy doesn't cause varicose veins. But the reality is pregnancy can enhance varicose veins. Varicose veins are caused because of constipation. And you're going to say, I've never been constipated. And I'll say, yes, you have. Constipation doesn't mean you don't go. It's the holding on to waste. And you know what? Oh, man, I just feel like there could be a little bit more that could come out. Or the person that grunts and groans. How long do you sit there? How easy? And do you feel completed every time? Understand something. Your veins are a river, and the river's getting clogged. Why is it getting clogged and stagnated? Okay? Because the largest vein in the body, I would be your large intestine. And when it gets sluggish, and we already know, if you've been here for the 2 hours, I can't believe it's 2 hours. I've really enjoyed this today, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have a show that I can actually try to help people and support them. So what happens is you absorb the waste goes into your pelvis, and when it goes into the pelvis, it gets into the bloodstream. And your arteries have a lot more pressure because when the heart pumps, it's pumping the arterial flow. and then it's the veins that are on the end of this. So there's not as much energy there. So exercise, veins need exercise like the lymph system needs exercise. But the reality is, you know what? I have one little vein in my ankle, and I also damaged that ankle when I was younger. So I've been clapping on that vein, and it's almost gone away. And then I forget about it. I get lazy because I'm doing all this other stuff. But the reality is that you can use Vein Away essential oil. We have it, and you want to do clapping. I talk about how to clap veins, but you've got to get on the daily cleansing tea, tummy love, and black gold, and then you've got to do the ultimate coffee enema to flush your liver. If you flush that liver, geez, come on, guys. You got a car. You'll change the filter every 6 months or a year. When's the last time you cleaned the filter? Your liver. That liver does over 400 jobs. I'll never stick that up my butt and do a coffee enema. Okay, then don't. The reality is it's the only thing that really cleans the liver. But take a look at the Ultimate Coffee Enema in my Perfect Day Guide or in the 6-Day Advanced Water Fasting Guide. So if you were to get the cork out of your butt, clean out your liver, drink more water, get on the Perfect Day diet, do the 6-Day Advanced Water Fasting in March, do the clapping, use the Vein Away on there, I guarantee you, no veins popping. None. My mother used to go and get her veins stripped. And every time she got her veins stripped, guess what? She had more heart problems. She had more veins coming. You can't strip the rivers. It's like stripping the rivers away from the planet. You can't do that. Okay. I only have 3% kidney function and spend lots of time vomiting. Rob. Yeah, well, Rob, what are you eating? And also, you're not vomiting because of your kidneys. You're vomiting because of your bowel. Get back your bowel up, bud. Give me a call. I'll be done here in a bit. If you want to call me. Dave, what do you recommend for hair loss? Oh, well, I'll tell you. Again, my clapper. I don't have it here. Go on my website. It's inexpensive. My clapper's inexpensive. I show you how to clap the whole body. How would you like to clap your knee problem, your ankle problem, your hip problem? How would you like to clap your breast problem? How would you like to clap? Oh my gosh. It gets rid of stress. You know, I have people that are suicidal, believe it or not, totally depressed, all right? I'm not kidding. And I get them clapping. It brings them out of it. Because what does clapping do? If you start clapping and you bruise, you didn't bruise yourself. That bruise was the rotten tissue and the rotten blood in there that was blocking, and it came to the surface. You clap until that goes away. Okay, understand something. When a fruit bruises, it's no longer good. When a body bruises, it's not good. I can clap myself till the cows come home. I'm not going to bruise. People will say I bruise without even hitting something. Yeah, okay, that's because guess what? You've got tissue rotting. Nobody said it like that before, eh? Well, guess what? No more for fooling around. Let's give people back their power. Let's call it what it really is. Every time that you bloat, your food's rotting inside of you. And if you're always bloated, that means that you are rotting your whole body out. That you got root rot, okay? And you're rotten to the core. This is your core. That's why you don't have any energy. 85% of your energy comes from your core. And if your core is on the floor, so is your energy. All right. So, hair loss. Best thing for hair loss, I'll tell you right now. We've got what's called Hair Restore. You can put it in. Clap your head. Clap your head every night. If you're watching TV, reading a book, clap your head here. Do this for half an hour every night. And then use what's called Avacen. A-V-A-C-E-N. And I will tell you right now, you use Avacen, you clap your head, and guess what? And I'll give you $500 off the Avacen. It's $4,000. Yeah, I know it's $4,000. But guess what? There's nothing on the planet that does what Avacen does. And it puts you into a parasympathetic state. And guess what? It also increases your circulation, microcirculation, which your microcirculation makes up what? It makes up, give me a second here. Just what does it make up? It makes up 74% of your body's circulation. And Avacen will increase your circulation by what? 67% minimum. No other energy medicine equipment can do that, and it's 100 times more effective, 100% more effective than any other energy medicine equipment on the planet. So If you do that, you'll know because your nails will be growing. You'll have to cut them 2.5 times faster. Your hair is going to be growing faster. It's going to grow in thicker. So hair restore, clapping, and Avicen. Those 3 things. Now, on the really bad areas, what you can do, okay, you can do, if you want to, you take coconut oil, C60 coconut oil, because it is really powerful at neutralizing free radicals. And you put a pinch of cayenne, just a pinch, and you make a bottle of that. And then you put little drops in where it's really thinning out, and you massage that in, and then you clap it, okay? And then you put on the hair restore once you're done, because all of that circulation, you're going to feel tingling, and it's going to be like life and everything, and you're going to be waking up those follicles. Okay, so don't freak out. Take massive personal action, whatever the problem is, and it's going to work for you. Look it. I'll make you a bet. You go to my library, and you go watch the A to Z Masterclass, and you go do the Braveheart Masterclass for emotions, and then you go do the art of how to become number 1 at the art of number 2 Masterclass. Do those 3 things, and I'll bet you that I've taught you more about health. And I don't care if you're 90 years old. Real health. Take your power back. The day that you don't need me is the day that you found your true practitioner. That would be you, sweetheart. Have a beautiful day. God bless. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.